Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark 3 and welcome back to Mindustry, Season 3. Yes, Mindustry, where we build the things, they feed the guns shoot the units do a little dance on the way to the enemy base. It's all good, yes. I don't know where that intro was going, but it was going somewhere random. But as I zoom out, you'll notice there's absolutely nothing different at all. No blueprints, no schematics, no nothing. Honestly, this is part of the reason why it is a several hours per episode kind of thing. Because I just thought, before I start recording, you know what? I'll lay out the schematic. They'll get me most of the resources, most importantly, the basic resources supplied. I put in a feed point, which will help to resupply my... I wanted to say spirits, polys. See, I am learning, yes. My polys and monos, so that's all that's intended for, so the little thing just tucks away. And I spent like 40 minutes laying all this out. So yeah, it's a lot of build time, which will now, for our mutual enjoyment and satisfaction, go down real quick with the help of the polys. I think I just brushed my microphone there, sorry. And it will all be perfect. It will all work as intended. You just have to believe it. I believe this will work. I believe this will work. I wouldn't make any embarrassing mistakes at all. Oh no. This is me we're talking about. There's going to be something in there. So, oh well, let's go ahead and put it there now. So, coal into graphite. So that's supply, titanium supply, lead supply, copper supply, metaglass supply all the way down here, which I just tucked in over that way, and a bit of everything. And of course we've got our defensive line, which is salvos and ripples, but I made sure to get metaglass in here because air's going to turn up at some point, probably. So, you know, I have to be aware of that. So, stop mucking around, hit the space bar. Let's see what happens. Here come the polys. Oh yeah, it's going. It's going. This would be a good time for comments, actually. Okay, right. So we've actually got 2 comments on the previous part in S3. First one is Happy Aether, who continues to be informative and sharing, and you didn't see nothing. Nothing went wrong at all. See? Nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. And I'll just make sure to get those connections down, so because apparently they don't always do that. Dink. I think it's if the small one goes down before the big one, it doesn't auto-connect across the way. So that's a good thing to be aware of. Like that's another case there, because it's a big to a small, it doesn't automatically connect it. Something to be aware of. Anyway, let's unpause it and get back to the perfection, which has not been interrupted at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, Happy Aether. It's quite confusing that some things and mechanics are only on the other planet and some are for both. I've played the other planet extensively before watching this video. So when you enter the map and zoomed out to reveal the entire map, I was generally confused at how you managed to disable the Fog of War. It took me embarrassingly long to remember that's only a thing on the other planets. I don't know what you're talking about, Hafer. To be honest, I did kind of sneak around and just dot radars around, you know, just a little radar with a solar panel next to it. Did wonders clearing out the Fog of War. You know what, I was joking, but I really hope that's a possibility on the other planet, that you get a solar panel of some kind. But I honestly suspect you don't, because that would be too easy. Just solar panel, radar, off you go. And about Plastinium setup, I think the reason why I had used 2 spore presses when 1 is just enough is just because I rarely get the cultivators to run at full capacity. Though a change in numbers is definitely possible as well. I feel like a change in the numbers is something that's happened because I've been looking at some of my old schematics. I remember that some of them weren't properly balanced, but I don't remember which ones though. I suspect that this kiln setup wasn't, because it's actually telling 10 cores. Sorry, 10 cores, 10 kilns rather than 6. I was hoping we wouldn't do that. So we ran out of titanium. Oh well, not too bad. We got most of it down. But titanium is one of those things that is so important, we need it for basically everything at this point because of how advanced our stuff is getting. Right. I do feel like numbers have been adjusted a little bit, and it did say in the patch notes when the new planet came out that some things were getting looked at. So I don't know what. But as for the fog of war being a thing on the other world and not this one, I do actually have a personal theory for that one. My theory is that the other world is in a Venus-like situation. So really thick cloud cover, a dense, soupy atmosphere. So, you know, very thick, kind of hard to see through properly. So it makes sense that everything is naturally obscured until you can get direct sensor confirmation on it, either visual or radar or whatever these guys used to see. We don't actually know what these guys used to see, but oh, we don't need that one. But it makes sense that it would be more difficult because that world just seems to be naturally a very hot place. The big oceans of molten slag kind of confirm that a bit, don't they? Oh well. But anyway, I managed to go on about the comments long enough for the entire thing to go. So, next comment, which is actually one I quite like and counts as a virtual head patch, as I've started saying at the end of the thing. So thank you very much for that. Just need to set you to produce some monos. You are fed by graphite. Yes, you are feeding properly. Okay, just double checking to make sure everything's running correctly. You are not unloading, and that's because of where your bridge is. There we go. Bit more titanium. Just going back, double check. The other comment is a comment from Ryzy6267, who says, "This guy deserves more attention." Yes, yes, give me more attention. I crave it. I need it. It is my precious. Yes. In all seriousness, thank you very much. I take that as validation, so thank you. Much appreciated. I think we have extra coal up here, actually. Question is, how's the power network doing? 1K-ish. So yeah, I do like receiving random comments like that. They do help out a fair bit in my motivation and my mental states, to be entirely honest. This feels like it's slightly inefficient. Look, I mean, using the overflow gates, these two are barely operational. Everything else is running, so I feel like this is slightly unbalanced. Then if you look at these guys, if we look, only the end ones really are doing it. The rest is just doing whatever. Sometimes they're working, but more often than not they aren't. So it's just like only part of this is operational. So yeah, I feel like the ratios have been skewed a bit compared to what they were. Okay, what's coming in here? Is another lone walker. I'm also not thinking much of this guys in terms of offense. It's the fuses that have me a bit worried. The fuses I'm not exactly sure about. But anyway, let's see, goals. We've got... yep, we're fully stocked on those guys. I think next step is going to be getting army sorted out. And maybe plastinium as well. In fact, yeah, definitely plastinium, because if this base is producing stuff, we want it to produce everything, because that's how the game does research. We must store all the things. And our supplies are kind of steady for a lot of it, actually. Okay, let's get some stuff laid out. And here we are, about 20, 30 minutes later, again. But I think we have what we need to go on the offensive. Though this time I'm trying something a little bit different. I've never tried this before. Odds are it's going to kind of deplete our building reserves whenever we need units. Because as you can probably see, I've got unloaders attached to my core, which I'll configure to feed into all these factories down here. So this will produce all the land units I'm interested in, which is basically everything except the suicide bomber. So, you know. And then there's also an extra feed line up here, which is to carry graphite up this way, because graphite is coming down from over there, to over here, which will produce what air units I can as well. So I'm actually going full bore production mode. Then, just in case, I've connected metal glass going back this way to this side, because to make sure I can power it, I'm putting in an extra power plant. Because there's too much coal here, so I'm going to run this power plant off that. In theory. About that should do it. So yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan. I've just left the unloaders disconnected right now because I need to configure them, tell them what to export. Otherwise, I just might do a thing and export all the stuff they can. But it's basically a belt for each type we need. Another single walker. Again, I feel like this base is not taking me seriously. Okay, let's see. Now, you are going to be set for Nuers. Yes. This one here doesn't have a separate offloader because I plan for this one to be producing the crawlers, the bomb units. You're going to export silicon. You're going to export... oh, wait, your coal, yes. Your silicon, you are going to be a graphite. So just going to make sure I get all these plugged in correctly because it's a bit awkward because I've packed them in so close around my core. And you guys are going to make daggers. So that's silicon and lead. Silicon, lead. See what I mean, though, that this is probably going to tax my available building resources because I'm offloading things quite heavily. Now, you are a graphite line. Oh, wait, no. I've slipped up slightly. Oh, no. You're the graphite line. Okay, I see where I messed up. I messed up this corner here. Right. So graphite is on this interior line, router, which then goes into that and that. Pull those two. Hook it in like that. There we go. Right, so that's the graphite then, yes. Then silicon is coming off this back line here. And then it's lead and titanium for the other two. Your lead. And you're doing graphite. No, yeah, right. You're doing titanium because you're going that way. I think. I think this will work. Just to make sure, I will do a quick disconnect there and realign it that way because these guys go all over the place, I think. Oh yeah, that should about do it. You're already doing it. You are waiting for silicon, which is being fed out as fast as that belt can go. I misaligned that one slightly. Oh, I saw that. Oh, that's the problem with the slight alignment miss. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Graphite's going where it should. Silicon is... I left a slight cut in it. There we go. You're working. You are waiting for coal. Gotcha. Okay. Some small errors crept in. There we go. These guys are all working as well. There we go. First Atrax, which of course is the big wall crawler guy. Okay, let's get all these guys waypointed up so that they all go to the places where I want them to be. So I want you guys to muster here. You guys will muster here. Oops, up there. Yep. Let's get the units that are already walking off the line. Send them over there. And you are still producing your basic units because I was a bit slow getting you hooked up properly. Okay. Everything seems to be working okay then. Except for the fact that the payloads are actually... They're trying to walk over the payload conveyors and get shunted around. Oh my. Okay, that's a slight issue. Go this way, please. Can you go that way, please? I was not expecting this problem. Okay. To be fair, I think this is mostly due to my own stupidity, but it's because this one is like, it's acting like a trap. I think that's what it comes down to. So what I need to do is actually seal this off so they don't try to go that way. There we go, that should do it. Right, double check, you are not sending them in the right directions, there we go. You're doing fine. All doing fine. Okay, right, that just leaves the anti-aircraft defense stuff here. And just in case, I've installed some AA guns too. So as soon as we get Metaglass up here, we'll have some defensive guns in case air units decide to go this way. But I might have to adjust this and get the overflow a bit further back. We'll have to wait and see. For now, extra power, just in case. Hey, it's more than one. Oh, wow. I feel like they might actually be noticing us. It's more than one unit. Also, I have not set these guys up. It's flares. There it goes. Let's see, their units... Oh, there's 4 of them now. Okay. Yep, as soon as I get range of salvos, that's it. Okay, right. Now, let's go ahead and do something. Because I don't know what those fuses do. They aren't... Ooh! Oh, it's those guys! That's kind of bad, actually. Alright. So, it's actually like a scatterfire lancer. Like a burst laser kind of thing. So let's deal with that anti-aircraft gun. Back off. And it's a good thing I was building these, so I can just send in my air units and deal with it. I don't remember if it can attack air, but the basic lancer can't. Oh, it can. And looks like they were trying to hose down the air units as well. So yeah, just a limited air attack like that didn't really seem to do much. So we're going to have to send in more. We're going to have to send in more. And of course that also means mass casualties as well. Unless I can cut power to it. Can I cut power to it? No, it doesn't seem to need power. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, right. let's let these boys come in, and then we'll see. Really? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to create a new routing. 1 second. Actually, got to remember. Can't put walls directly across to the end because that stops things launching. But hopefully this should be okay. Until that happens. Oh, this guy's actually... Nope, as soon as he goes diagonal, he stops. Okay, come on, come on. Yep, there we go. It's like herding cats. There we go, right, okay. But that little delay lets us mass up much more stuff. Also of note, we're out of silicon. Core reserves are a bit low. But yeah, I did say this might be a problem with this approach. It's just like, it's depleting my silicon supply to build all the units. So, let's make this army count. Let's just gather up here. I don't know, do you think I need more DACA? Oh, enemy air units. And dead enemy air units. Yeah, they don't seem to really have an answer to this. Oh, the enemy tractor beams. Slightly unpleasant, but nope, this army's going to do it. Oh no, they pulled me in. How rude. Oh, because they did that, I didn't get to see what happened. Well, this is my sector now. There are many like it, but this sector is mine. And all it took was a small legion of units. Oh wow. Okay, so that went well. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with how this went, except for the fact that it's depleted my silicon so badly, of course. But it succeeded in making all the unit varieties, so that's good. Okay. Let's see. We've hit... well, we're not making plastinium. Give me a sec. Also got an achievement, Small Empire. Control 10 sectors at once. Okay. Apparently I've not done that before. Greetings! This is Iron Mark III from the future. Ooh, spooky wooky. Wait, no, Halloween's already passed. No. Okay, there was a slight problem with the last part of this recording, so I'm going back and going to cover all the points and things, but anything matching up to what's showing on screen is kind of hit and miss, so I apologise for that one, but yep, here we go. First things off, plastinium setup. Haha, advanced materials. Aren't they so shiny? No, it's I tried putting them down, and it works about the way I thought it would. So 1-to-1 on the plastinium processor versus the press, and then the actual fungal pods. If you don't have any terrain bonus, then it is a 5-to-1-to-1 ratio. If you have good bonus, it becomes 3-to-1-to-1, which is what we saw on the previous map. So that is really all I wanted to touch on regarding this setup. At least this map is now producing the plastinium, so that's the main thing. Moving on. From here, I decided to go up to a different map, namely Stained Mountains, I think it was. I apologise. I should double check, but I didn't double check that particular fact. But State Mountains get a launch payload of all resources, and then off we go to the Tar Flats, where there are shiny things. First things first, it's just looking around, getting lay of land, getting some initial defences, though I was wondering if I was being a bit paranoid, because for the first wave, as you can see, I had 3 anti-aircraft emplacements of treble scatter shots, and I also had 3 salvos at each of the choke points. And just in case there was a wall crawler, I had salvos on that side as well, but didn't need them end of the day. But, you know, so we're good for quite a while, honestly, with that defense setup. Probably 5-10 waves, maybe, depending on what they decide to throw at us. But most importantly of all, Tar Flats has yielded the next big shiny thing. Thorium. Not much right now. I mean, I only put down 1 drill before I ran out of time to record the episode. But it started, and I've always thought it looks like a pink heart. Nothing's really changed my opinion on that. But I think this is also roughly where I left off at the end of Season 2 as well, just like getting thorium. And I think thorium reactor was the most advanced building I ever made. And then things stopped at about that point. I don't know if that episode ever actually went out. Not 100%. But yeah, those are the key points. There is just one more thing. I did all the comments previously at the start of the episode. But at the time of recording, another comment actually popped up in the middle of it, which is Reuben Bates. Tips: double tap on a unit to enter it. Load your units with coal so that when they die, they make a fire. I am feeling some pyromaniac urges at the moment with that little nugget of knowledge, which I had no idea of. So my question is, if that works with coal, will it work with pyrite? Will it work with blast compounds? Coal's just the weakest of the fuel sources, so there's potential for fun things if I'm raiding an enemy base. Suicide bombing. I'll have to double check and see if different units have different inventory capacities, because if we can get one with a big inventory capacity, oh, that is going to get nasty real quick. But yeah, that is touching on everything so far. And I do apologise for this being a few days late. I realised this was messed up, and then it fell on days where I'm busy with work as well. And lack of sleep is kind of kicking my ass. So, yeah. With that said, though, let's wrap this up. This has been IronMark3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, and gives me those virtual head pats that I oh so crave. At least I'm not so blatantly ripping off Lathrix anymore. So there is that. See you all later.